Looks like fall, but it feels like spring. Baseball is back in the air after a crazy 2020. Welcome to the Hy-Vee Game of the Week at beautiful Creekside Baseball Park. It is the Lee Summit West Titans and the Blue Springs Wildcats in the KC Lead-Off Tournament, the 20th anniversary of the tournament. The consolation game, the third place game. It is so good to be back alongside my buddy Rod Myers,
wow.
My former Royals teammate, my former Royals outfielder teammate, Rod. We've got some exceptional teams out here playing today, and it's great. It's cold.
Yep.
It's great to be out here this time of year, and to be here at Creekside. This is a new complex, a new ballpark, but beautiful nonetheless. And we've got the visiting team, the Lee Summit West Titans, a great tradition over here. What are you seeing from these guys today?
Man, listen, that team has always been solid. They're always going to compete, so I expect nothing less from them today. I expect them to go out and put up a good effort today.
So Lee Summit West has Cam Carswell, the big first baseman, number 24. He's a Mizzou commit. This guy's an absolute beast. 6'2" senior. Dad, Vinny, the coach, a football coach at Lee Summit West. Lefty, can drop some bombs, power. What do you see? What do you expect from him?
Man, listen, this guy looks like if he runs into one, he could hit one up there where that bus is sitting up there. So I'm looking forward to watching his ABs, and hopefully he can square one up tonight. Yeah,
that would be definitely fun to watch. On the other side, the home team, the Blue Springs Wildcats, they have a bunch of freshmen going on, and they've got a pair of twins that are pretty good.
Man, listen, being freshman on varsity at a program like Blue Springs, that's an accomplishment. That's pretty amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing these young men play. Being able to play with your brother's got to be an amazing feeling.
Right, you got Nick Gibler at third and his brother Cole Gibler, both freshman twins. It's going to be an exciting day here. Welcome out and come join us for this third place game at Creekside Ballpark, the Hy-Vee Game of the Week. Welcome back to Creekside Baseball Park in Parkville, Missouri for this third place game, consolation game featuring the Lee Summit West Titans. Will be the visitors today versus the Blue Springs Wildcats, the home team. Lee Summit West comes in with a 2-2 record in the tournament. Blue Springs 3-1. Leading off for the Titans will be Brock Coble playing center field, the junior. Batting second, the highly touted freshman Drew Dickerson at shortstop. Batting third, Nick Potter, the left fielder. Jackson Truman will play second base. Cleaning up, the big Cam Carswell. You might have seen him in our open. Heading to Mizzou, the Mizzou commit, number 24, playing first base, followed by Walker Mann at third base. Logan Bunker will be playing right field. Got two outfielders covering this game today. We have an affinity for our outfielders. Houston Penrod will do the catching. Parker Griffith will be the DH. And Chase Taylor will be on the mound. Our pitcher for today will be one of the twins, Cole Gibler, freshman. One of the guys hitting very well for Coach Tim McElligot's squad. Cole Gibler's the top arm. You don't see that much as a freshman out there, but tall, lanky guy, number 20. Control specialist. Again, both of these teams coming in, like I said, Lee Summit West was 2-2. Blue Springs 3-1, but both teams could have very well been 4-0. Lee Summit West lost 2 games, I think, by a total of 3 runs. Here we go with Brock Coble leading off for Lee Summit West, the center fielder. Starts off with a strike on the inside corner. It's one of the things, Rod. Getting ahead is the most important thing, right?
Got to set a tone. Got to set a tone.
Wind up, delivers. Off-speed pitch, down in the dirt. 1-1 count.
Started him off hard in, then came back soft away.
So, Rod, how tough is it for these guys in this kind of weather? It's in the upper 40s, but there's the wind chill coming. It can be a little difficult, can it?
I would say it's going to always be advantage pitcher early in the season in weather like this. So hitting takes a little bit of time and a little bit of warmth.
Cole Gibler comes back in on the fastball there to Brock Coble, who lifts a long, high foul ball down the left field line. Good hustle by Nate England, Wildcats left fielder. Wind's blowing from right to left. A very cool day here at Creekside. Back upstairs. 2-2 count. Leadoff hitter The primary things is to try to see pitches and set that tone on the offensive side. There's the windup pitch. Comes right back at him, pop up over the right side. Looks like it's gonna be over the dugout. Out of play.
Coble seen 6 pitches so far, so whether he gets a hit or gets out this AB, he's done his team a good service right here of seeing some pitches.
So you call this a quality at bat as a leadoff hitter starting the game?
100%.
Cole Gibbler winds, 2-2 pitch. Down in the dirt, full count.
Great AB, great AB.
Good block by catcher Alec Butler for the Blue Springs Wildcats. Three-two offering. High foul ball off to the right side again. Count still going 3-2. Hits the Spectrum Sports truck. Sorry, we can't see the dents on top of the truck.
Woke somebody up in there.
Our wonderful production crew in there. Might have heard a little thump up in there. we got the affirmation that there's a little bit of a thump in there. 3-2 pitch coming back by Gibbler to leadoff hitter Brock Coble. Here it is. A little bit up, ball 4. Quality at bat.
Definitely.
Brock Coble walks. Now Drew Dickerson, the highly touted freshman shortstop, will come up. Dickerson is a tall guy. Lanky type player. You were talking a little bit about him in the pregame.
Yeah, definitely looks the part. Definitely looks like a young man you can foresee in 3 years when he's graduating to be more thicker, more stronger, and just more athletic.
Freshman coming in hitting .462. And even though just 4 games in, that's still a hot start. As Coble takes his lead, Gibbler comes set. Looked like he might have tried to go a little bit of a fake there. Houston Penrod on his toes for Blue Springs, ready to make the throw. Ball inside, 1-1 count.
Middle infield's playing up the middle a little bit, so nice hole over to the right side.
I'm sure that's not his A move over to first base, but throwing over, making sure Brock Coble knows he's there. Big jump by Coble, easily stolen, going on the lift there.
Definitely would have to say he stole that one off the pitcher as opposed to the catcher.
That's the thing, sometimes when you go on the lift, you're guessing. He gets a great jump. Good job by Taylor Warren knocking that ball down. It's the one benefit of turf. You can throw a short one and get the long hop there. Here's the pitch. Foul ball, left field line. Runs the count even to 2-2.
It's looking like Gibbler's trying to work him in to not allow him to drive a ball to right field to move the runner over to third base.
That's important as a high school hitter to learn the game from good coaches. Pitch. Looked like a little bit of off-speed. Great pitch by Cole Gibbler. 2-2 changeup down in the zone. Dickerson strikes out for the first out. That'll bring up left fielder, junior Nick Potter.
He didn't waste a pitch on 0-2. A lot of pitchers believe in wasting one. He was 2 hard foul balls and went soft away and got him in 3 pitches.
Again, that's a freshman on the mound for Blue Springs as well. Cole Gibbler, freshman, walked the first guy. It was a good battle. Went to 2-2 before Dickerson struck out on the off-speed pitch. It's the O delivery. High, towering fly ball over the infield. And it drops. Looked like nobody was going to call that. Kind of looking around a little bit. And this sky, I wouldn't say it's overcast because it's not night, but it's that gray sky where the ball's there. You can see, you take it, I got it kind of situation. That's a tough one. And early in the season, Rod, you probably see that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, these guys have probably not, they've been working out indoors and haven't had a lot of outside time. So that was a pretty high-level pop-up. So, but I would look for the shortstop to make that play if possible.
So Coble goes nowhere. He stays on second. Now the force is in play. Potter now at first base with 1 out. Bringing up Jackson Truman, junior second baseman. It's like a line drive into center field. It's like a base hit. Hold the runner, Coble. They've got the runner tied up now. You advance a little bit too far. The run down between second and third. Potter's in a rundown. He stays there. Looks like Coble still going to stay there. They got the runner out. Truman stays at first base. It'll be first and third. It'll be the second out. Just a matter of running with your head up, right, Rod?
Definitely. Potter turned second and didn't pick up Meyer at third base and didn't realize that he held up Coble. And you got to pick up your third base coach once you're rounding second base.
Right, it's that line drive that comes into center field. Did a good job. Center fielder did a good job hitting the cutoff man. And you just got to run with your head up. It's a difficult thing. And Coach Jay Meyer over at third base figures we're going to hold Coble at third base most likely, and you can score from third and not make it worse. So here's Cam Careswell, the big first baseman, the senior, the Mizzou commit. 2 outs. Fastball away. Ball 1. Careswell looks like between him and a brick wall, you'd bet on Careswell.
Unbelievable. Thick thighs, strong neck area, back muscles. He makes the bat look like a twig in his hand.
Great bat speed, too. They're definitely strong. Dad, Vinny, the head varsity football coach at Lee Summit West. Here's the 1-0, Cole Gibler. A little bit up, 2-0. Jackson Truman, the runner at first base. Brock Coble still at third. Strike, outside corner, fastball.
Pitcher's 2-0 fastball, though.
Right, and
Careswell's looking middle in, looking for something he can drive there.
Good discipline. Here's the 2-1. Away. 3-1 count. He's doesn't have pitcher. Cole Gibler doesn't have super long sleeves on a cool day. Looks like he's working pretty quick and maybe trying to get the hitter off balance. Ball 4, that'll load the bases. Careswell walks.
Excuse me, Les. Seemed like he didn't want any part of Careswell. He nibbled, out. Seemed like he would rather face the next hitter with the bases loaded and put a force at every bag.
Which would be interesting because the wind's blown slightly out to left as Walker Mann, senior third baseman, steps in with the bases loaded and 2 outs for Lee Summit West. Good fastball down and in by Cole Gibler, getting ahead.
And after those 4 pitches to Careswell, he paints the corner with that, so that leads me to believe that last walk was intentional.
Pitching around him a little bit. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, left side. Nick Gibler gets it, throwing over to first base. That'll be the end of the inning. The Blue Springs Wildcats will come up. Bottom of the first. We'll be right back here at Creekside Baseball Park. Welcome back to Creekside Baseball Park for the 20th annual, not here at Creekside, this beautiful park, brand new, but the 20th annual KC High School Leadoff Baseball Tournament, featuring the Lee Summit West Titans, head coached by Jay Meyer in his 16th year. Coming up, the Blue Springs Wildcats, coached by Tim McElligott. Assistant coaches Danny Malone and Alex Duvall. No runs by Lee Summit West, had the bases loaded with 2 outs. Ground ball to end it. Here's the Blue Springs Wildcats, again coached by Tim McElligott. Their lineup here. Coming up, it'll be leading off will be Nick Gibler, the freshman third baseman, one of the trio freshmen hitting .400. Batting second, center fielder Gavin Smith. Batting third, junior Austin Newig. Be doing the DHing for Nate England, playing left field. Cleanup hitter Brogan Turpin playing first base. Lincoln Stevenson, the shortstop, batting 5th. Batting 6th, the other twin and the pitcher on the mound, Cole Gibler for Blue Springs. Alec Butler, the catcher, will bat 7th. Taylor Warren, second base, batting 8th. Followed by Peyton Mitchell, the 9-hole hitter, playing right field. On the mound, Chase Taylor for the Lee Summit West Titans. 6'3" right-handed pitcher heading to UCM after the season. First pitch, fouled off to the right side, high, arcing foul ball over by our trucks over there. Heads up, production crew, you already got 1 ding in the top of the truck.
Gibler came out hacking.
And that's what you want to do in this cold day as a leadoff hitter. You see a first pitch fastball. Another good tailing fastball in the inside corner by Chase Taylor.
That ball had
good movement, didn't it?
It did. My bad, Les.
No, you're good. come right back on an 0-2 fastball. 3 pitches by Chase Taylor, all with good movement. Got that sinking down and in movement, attacking these Wildcat hitters. Still 0-2. Nasty breaking pitch. Little slider right there. Slow curve, slow slider.
That's filthy.
That's nasty.
That's filthy. That stayed a strike to the very last second and just bit away towards the left-handed hitter's batter's box.
It's that pitch right there that Chase Taylor just threw that kept me in AAA most of my career, but as a hitter, that was nasty to a righty.
Yep.
Here's Gavin Smith, the center fielder. First pitch, fastball up in the zone, swings and misses for strike 1.
Seems like the Blue Springs game plan today is attack the fastball. We see one, attack early in the count.
Ball down in on the fastball. 1-1 count. So we've seen, looks like 6 pitches from Chase Taylor with 5 strikes already. Definitely has early command of the zone. It's the 1-1 pitch. Another fastball right in the corner. As his hat, Chase Taylor's hat seems to be coming off a little bit. You and I are follically challenged. We don't have that issue, having all that hair, but yeah, Chase Taylor's hat keeps coming off there, but it's not affecting his eyes in the zone for sure.
Not at all.
Comes the 1-2 pitch. Just missed on the inside corner.
So he's thrown 9 pitches, 8 fastballs, and his hat's flown off 9 of the 9 pitches.
If you're throwing that many strikes, maybe it's just a thing that you do. Maybe it's your rhythm. 2-2 count on Gavin Smith. Here's Taylor's pitch. Off-speed pitch, slow curve on the outside corner. Got away from him a little bit. Runs the count to 3-2. He's ready to work. These pitchers are working fast for both sides today. Looks like he overthrown it just a little bit. Ball in the dirt, fastball in the dirt, ball 4.
Quality at bat again. Quality at bat by going from a 1-2 to a walk against a pitcher like Chase Taylor is pretty good AB.
So here comes Austin Newig, the DH for today, the junior. D1 potential here, talking with Coach Tim McElligott on the phone the other day, talking with him about his players. Austin Newig has got a bright future as he takes fastball down in the dirt for ball 1. One of the leaders on this team. Normally plays shortstop. As I said, he's in the DH spot today in the 3-hole. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bottom of the strike zone right there on the knees. Good location from Chase Taylor. 1-1 count.
Great pitcher's pitch right there. Great pitch.
How hard is that, Rod, as a high school player to just spit on that pitch and take it, knowing that it's probably going to be a ground ball if you can catch up to it?
It just looks like it's going to – it starts low and stays low. Yep.
Austin Newig, it's a solid base hit. It goes with that outside fastball. Great piece of hitting, all hands. Didn't try to do too much. Wow, that hitting the ball hard on a cold day like this in the first inning, that was a good piece of hitting.
You don't feel the vibration when you square it up. You only feel it when you get jammed or off the end of the bat.
This is a great approach right here. Good secondary lead as Brogan Turpin, the first baseman, steps in. Solid base hit to start the season, right? Start the game right there. Lone outside for ball 1. Brogan Turpin, the junior, first baseman. One runner in scoring position, 2 guys on. Fights off the inside fastball, fouls it off the right side, 1-1 count. Both of these pitchers, Rod, seem like they're not afraid to come in on these fastballs.
Not at all. Not at all. They're establishing the number 1, and they want to make them hit their best pitch early on in the game.
This tells you how good these programs are, how well they're coached, what they're taught,
definitely,
along with their talent. Breaking ball. So the outside corner, I don't think he was expecting that.
Well,
strike.
No, he just ambushed him with a fastball, and he was late on, and then he comes back with a hammer. That's a great pitch sequence.
1-2 count after the curveball for strike 2. Comes with a fastball. Evens the count, 2-2.
You can see Taylor now to start using a little bit more of his arsenal now. Earlier it was fastballs. Now he's pitching a little bit more off speed.
Runner goes from second base. Curveball. Gets away from the catcher. So the runner on third, Gavin Smith, was stealing anyway. And And on the pass ball, Austin Newick follows him up. So now second and third for the Blue Springs Wildcats with just one out. Middle infield still back. The corners are in. Fastball, line drive, and it's caught. A sinking line drive caught by Nick Potter out in left field. Boy, that was a tough one. It looked like it had some top spin on it. Wind might have knocked it down, but it was a great read, Rod, by Nick Potter on a top spinning line drive. That might have saved 2 runs right there.
On a day like today, overcast, windy, top spin the ball, man, he did a heck of a job just catching it. I mean, I thought it was going to get by him, and it would be 2-0 right now if it had.
That brings up Lincoln Stevenson, one of the 3 freshmen for these Blue Springs Wildcats, hitting over 400. He's the shortstop today. Here's teammates calling him Link out there, strike 1. Fights off that inside fastball again. Looks like it's a common theme today. 0-2 count with runners in scoring position and a base open. Chase Taylor's got some room to work, but he's got to be careful with the young Lincoln Stevenson.
A lot of freshmen on varsity. Very impressive.
Great block by Titan catcher Houston Penrod, sliding over. Great mechanics with his right leg, getting out to the side, getting that right shoulder turn and blocking that ball. That saved a good chance of saving the run. The backdrop is brick here, so it's a good bounce, but if Gavin Smith gets a good jump, he might have saved a run right there.
And he also builds trust now. Now Taylor knows if he wants to throw a nasty curveball, he can throw it because Penrod's proved that he can block it.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, ground ball right to the second baseman, Jackson Truman. Those are over to Careswell at first. Both teams have opportunities to score, but are left with nothing. 0-0 after the first one. We'll be right back at the top of the second inning on Spectrum Sports. Creekside Baseball Park in Parkville, Missouri is the place to be today. Welcome into Spectrum Sports, the consolation game of the KC High School Metro Leadoff Tournament. Heading into the top of the second. There you see freshman Cole Gibler on the mound for Blue Springs. No runs across for each team as we go into the top of the second. Coming up for the Titans of Lee Summit, Logan Bunker, the right fielder, will lead off, followed by catcher Houston Penrod, who saved a run with an incredible block last inning, and followed by the 9-hole hitter Parker Griffith will be DHing. It's not a sunny day, but this park makes it a beautiful day. You got the ridge out there in the outfield. Our camera crew, man, starting off in this cold weather, our production crew, camera crew, you guys are awesome. Thanks for all that you guys do. As Logan Bunker takes low and inside for ball 1. Both pitchers working fast, we noticed after the first inning. Fastball slightly up. Didn't look like Gibler liked the call too much.
Gibler did not. That's a nice sized guy in the box. I kind of agree with him. That was at the belt.
Ball in, runs a 3-0, and we know that you and I were teammates from the minor leagues all the way to the big leagues. And the interesting thing is that even if it is as far as the zone, you have to pitch to what the umpire calls, right?
Definitely. You adjust to him, he doesn't adjust to you. And I saw it, and I guarantee the umpire saw Gibler's body language kind of showed his displeasure with that call. Can't do that. The umpire will make the zone smaller.
And he comes back with 2 fastballs after going 3-0, which comes to tell you, even though we were talking about the body language there, again, this is a freshman on the mound that isn't just showing talent, but showing poise under pressure.
He flushed it, got back on the rubber, and let's go back to work, and got him an out.
3-2 pitch, hard line drive to Nate England. Nate England makes a great catch out there, and we're honored. My buddy, Blue Springs Wildcat head coach Tim McGilligan. Tim, how are you, Coach?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
I am doing great, man. How do you like this 75-degree day?
It's wonderful. I thought it was supposed to be sunny and warmer.
We forgot to order that up. It was my mistake. His first pitch, Cole Gibler, changeup, throwing to Houston Penrod. Coach, talk about Cole Gibler on the mound here, showing poise, getting behind 3-0 and coming back with 3 fastballs. Likes to work quick. We get a ground ball there. Nick Gibler, great play over third, uses the turf. Oh, it gets by. Over at first base. Rogan Turpin Great play at second base, and he gets the runner. That's how you back up a play right there. Outstanding hustle by Alec Butler over there. Sorry, Coach, I wanted to bring you in.
That's okay.
All your players are
hey,
making
I'll
great
stay
plays
here all
over
day
there.
like this.
You just stay there and be quiet. Let us talk about all the great plays you guys are making.
I'll listen to you guys all day.
All right, well, you can see Cole Gibbler on the pitch, hard ground ball to his twin brother, and it throws it away. It's a long hop, but great play on a backup by Alec Butler, catcher. So talk a little bit, Coach, about your freshman pitcher, Cole Gibbler here.
You know, this is his first outing, and you know he's done good. Finding his own a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit of nerves, but you know what we've seen the first 3 weeks. You know, he's a gamer, he's a competitor. You know, and you know, expecting him just to go out and compete like he does every day at practice. So.
Well, you can see one of the things when we talked on the phone, you talked about his talent, both on the mound, his potential, and with the stick as well. But I'm just really impressed not only with how he mixes speeds, mixes his pitches, but just his poise, likes to work quick. It looks like Blue Springs with your freshman and sophomore crew, along with your juniors and seniors this year, but to come the years down the road, looks like you're going to be pretty solid in the pitching department. Yeah, we will. You know, you'll see Cole, his twin brother Nick, probably see today. 14, our shortstop right now, Lincoln Stevenson's another one. You know, this freshman class has a lot of talent. We've got great leadership with the seniors and the juniors, so it's a real nice mix. But, you know, the next 4 years could be a lot of fun. So tell me, you got a guy over there that I know too well. I used to work with him on pitching when he was a little kid. Now he's about 6'4", but what your pitching coach over there, Alex Duvall, you talked about the job he's done with your pitching staff. Yeah, he's done great. Alex has been a part of the program, played for me here, and he's just so cerebral, understands. You know, he's a numbers guy, and you know, he comes up with the perfect plan and all these for these young kids to be successful, and he's behind a lot of the success we've had early. Well, Coach, thanks for your time as we see Cole Gibbler strike out Parker Griffith. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second as Blue Spring comes up. Stay here for your Hy-Vee Game of the Week. Welcome back to the Hy-Vee Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Lee Summit West Titans versus the Blue Springs Wildcats. Ended the inning we were visiting with Blue Springs coach Tim McElligott. Ended on a strikeout. Cole Gibbler on the mound, the freshman lefty throwing a nasty off-speed pitch as Parker Griffith takes it for strike 3 for the third out. So now as we come in, the bottom of the second, Blue Springs Wildcats. Cole Gibbler, the pitcher, going to lead off, throws lefty, bats lefty, followed by catcher Alec Butler and second baseman Taylor Warren. Ball 1 on Cole Gibbler, the freshman. I keep seeing freshman, Rod.
Man, like
watching this kid play as a freshman.
And not just playing, but not just starting on the mound today, but normally a roster is big enough where a coach can put another bat and let him focus on pitching. No, he's in the batting lineup as well.
Count will move to 2-1 as the UCM commit Chase Taylor takes the mound for Lee Summit West Titans. Good inside fastball, running the count to 2-2. We're talking about Cole Gibbler, but Chase Taylor's done a good job commanding his zone as well, keeping the ball down, good moving fastball.
He's settled in. He's got a feel for his off speed now. He's letting his defense work. He's not trying to strike everybody out.
Off-speed pitch by Chase Taylor. Cole Gibbler grounds out to Walker Mann over at third base with a nice throw to Careswell. It'll be 1 down. Catcher Alec Butler, who made that incredible play.
I like how he came and got the big hop.
Right, absolutely.
Moved his feet. Good strong throw to first base, excuse me.
Always about moving the feet and getting in good position. As Alec Butler takes a first pitch breaking ball up in the zone for ball 1. Junior catcher here. Great backup on the last inning on that last play. Fastball down and away. Runs the count to 2-0.
He gets to sit dead red right here.
Dead red it was. As a towering pop-up. Alec Butler.
Nice.
Out to second baseman Jackson Truman for the second out. Chase Taylor working quick here in the bottom of the second inning, using his defense a little bit.
Alec Butler will be the first to tell you he just missed that.
He did just miss it. He hit it hard. Yes, that wind kind of blowing across from right to left, but got some solid contact. Got under it just a little bit as Taylor Warren, second baseman, steps in. Fights off another fastball. As Chase Taylor again works ahead of the count.
You can see Chase is just going to come first pitch fastball until they prove they can hit it.
So the 0-1 pitch. Another fastball, ground ball out to shortstop. Drew Dickerson comes across the diamond to Careswell. 3 up, 3 down. Good inning by Chase Taylor and the Lee Summit West Titans. Moving over to the top of the third. Lee Summit West Titans will come up with their top of the order. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Creekside Ballpark. Your Hy-Vee game of the week. Hy-Vee proud to support Greater Kansas City High School Athletics. Got a great matchup here. 0-0 after 2. This third place consolation game. The visiting team, the Lee Summit West Titans, back to the top of the order here with Brock Coble in the top of the third. Chase Taylor for the Titans doing a great job going 3 up, 3 down last inning. And Cole Gibbler doing a good job for the Blue Springs Wildcats. Got us a game here. Brock Coble walked last time.
Had a great AB, though.
Saw 6-7 pitches in that first inning. Fastball up in the zone for ball 1. Looks like the umpires, there's that fringe line. But he's been consistent. He's not going to call that. He's going to force you to keep the ball down.
And that's all you can ask for as a pitcher and a hitter. Consistency.
Took something off. Either a BP fastball or something off speed down the zone for strike 1. 1-1 count. Continuing to be impressed by freshman pitcher Cole Gibbler for the Wildcats. 1-1 offering. Down in the zone. 2-1.
He just has that Jamie Moyer just look about him. Soft, in, away, up, down. He just knows how to pitch.
Pitches with his brain first and his arm second. Fastball up in the zone. Coble gets around it for a long, high foul ball out of play off the left side. Count moved to 2-2.
He just reminds me of a guy that when the game is over, you ask yourself, how did I go 0 for 4 against that guy?
And then the next time you face him, 0 for 8. And the next time you face him, 0 for 12.
Yep.
We've had those guys.
Yep. Yep.
Still give me nightmares.
Not overpowering, just doing his job.
Comes the 2-2 pitch. A Gibbler. Nasty breaking ball. Great discipline by Brock Coble to take it. Again, his second consecutive at bat, going to a full count. You can see why he's the leadoff hitter, not just with the speed and being the center fielder, but he has a good eye up there. Battles well.
Definitely.
Fastball in, gets the call. Gibbler strikes out. Center fielder Brock Coble.
Might have been just a bit too picky with 2 strikes.
Just a little bit, but again, great location. You can see Cole Gibbler coming on the inside corner. Might have been off the plate a little bit, but Alec Butler does a good job framing it. And if you're consistent there, you're going to get the call, right?
Yep.
Like a little bit off speed outside corner. Freshman Drew Dickerson. He just looks like a shortstop, doesn't he?
He just, everything about him says ball player. And he's a freshman, which means I'm assuming 15, 16.
Right.
So imagine in 2 more years.
Wow. 1-1 count on Drew Dickerson. Comes a 1-1 offering by Cole Gibbler. Little up, little bit in on the fastball. See Gibbler pause a little bit. Thought he might get that call, but count moves to 2-1.
Amazing looking right now. The hitter, the pitcher, and the left side of the infield are all freshmen.
Good spot, good frame. It doesn't get the call. Count moves to 3-1. See, there's a little bit of frustration now coming out of Cole Gibbler a little bit, but he's done a great job still keeping his poise and coming all the way back. We'll see what happens here on the 3-1 offering. Lifts the ball, sounded like off the end of the bat a little bit. Converging, center fielder. Gavin Smith comes running in for Blue Springs, makes the call, calls off the infielders. That's a tough play right there, isn't it, Rod? You were a center fielder when that's called that Bermuda Triangle, when the second baseman and shortstop are running in. How hard is this play?
Well, you know guys are going back towards you. You're looking up, going as hard as you can. The ball will not get to you because the wind's holding it up. So he did a good job, and his middle infielders did a heck of a job clearing out to give him space to make the play.
So that brings up Nick Potter. left fielder. Made a great play earlier in the game himself on a sinking line drive. Probably saved one, at least, maybe 2 runs on a great play charging in.
Definitely. He misses that ball. That's once for sure and possibly 2-run score.
Runs the count to 2-0. 2 outs, 2-0. It's a spot as a pitcher you don't normally want to be.
No.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Tied him up just a little bit. Inside corner again. Great, Cole Gibbler, great location. On the 2-0 pitch, instead of just giving up and saying, "I'll just, here it is, hit it." He's been hitting his spots consistently.
I love he didn't give in. He just said, "You know what, I'm going to throw you a cookie. I'm going to give you a fastball, but it's going to be off your hands."
It's going to be on his terms, not the hitter's terms. All right, 2-1's the count. Up in the zone a little bit, runs it to 3-0. You wonder, as these pitch counts get up a little bit on this cold day, it's harder to manage the body as the release point starts to get up a little bit, and you see the ball starting to elevate. So, base hit into left field, clean base hit by Nick Potter. Ground ball through the hole. It's when you got to love the turf. You get the ground ball coming through the hole there.
Yep.
Good 3-1, short, compact stroke. 2-out single by Nick Potter.
See if we can score. He stayed on that really well, didn't roll over on it, and didn't try to do too much.
So Potter goes to 2 for 2 now with the pop-up that no one caught in the first inning. Looks like a line drive in the book, though, doesn't it?
You read my mind, buddy. You read my mind.
Jackson Truman comes up with 2 outs, runner on first base, Nick Potter. Here comes the pitch. Looks like a little bit off speed there. Solid block by catcher Alec Butler. I'm impressed with both of these catchers early on in this game.
Yes, they are not letting anything get by. They're building a strong bond with their pitchers to be able to throw off speed in the dirt.
It's a 1-0 pitch. Outside corner. I mean, it's their hustle. It's their both catchers, Houston Penrod for the Titans and Alec Butler for the Wildcats. Their pitch calling, framing, their hustle, their blocking ability.
High energy guys. You got to have it from your quarterback on defense.
Runner's taken off. It's a pretty decent jump, but chose the right pitch. Ball in the dirt. Now moves up into scoring position. What so far now just the 3rd inning, but on a cold day like today, you know, any run could be the run. This could be a 1-0 game before someone breaks through.
Yep.
So
yeah, but it just doesn't look like it's going to be a high-scoring game. So every run's going to matter.
Great off-speed pitch, like a changeup to Jackson Truman. Down in the zone as well. Again, great pitch, great location. Swing and a miss, goes to 2-2. Big pitch right here with a base open. Rod, do you pitch now? Is this pitch as a base open with a lefty on deck?
Well, last time, so my guess is he's going to go right after this, right on cue.
And that's exactly what he did. The high fastball went right after him, blew it right by him for strike 3. We go into the bottom of the 3rd. Blue Springs versus Lee Summit West. No score. You can see a little bit breezy here at Creekside Baseball Park. I don't think there's some ball players on each team that are worried about the cold. You can see the Titans doing some wind sprints down the right field line right now, staying warm. Coach Jay Myers got them moving around. We're scoreless here as we head into the bottom of the 3rd for the consolation game here at Creekside Baseball Park in beautiful Parkville, Missouri. Now that is a chair and a cover that I could get used to, blocking the wind, staying warm. She's got the blanket and the cover along with her chair.
Yeah, that looks warm.
Peyton Mitchell, right fielder, will be leading off for Blue Springs. Chase Taylor on the mound in a scoreless game. Sophomore right fielder. Fastball down. Count goes to 2-0. 9-hole hitter getting on would be pretty big to come back to the top of the order. Fastball in. Again, these pitchers are moving in. Chase Taylor throws an inside fastball that Peyton Mitchell fouls off to take the count to 2-1.
Mitchell still ahead in the count. Should be still looking to hunt a fastball here.
3-1 count now. Ball down in the dirt again. Houston Penrod doing a good job blocking the ball here. 3-1 pitch coming. Fastball in, and Peyton Mitchell turns on it. Feels good as a hitter. Hits a long foul ball. He got solid contact on it, but now you're it's just a long strike and you're back to 3-2. So here's the payoff pitch right here. Fastball in. It's over to ground ball Walker Man across the diamond to Careswell with a great play. 1 out now. Pitcher's not giving ground.
That was a good AB, though, from your 9-hole hitter. That was a really good AB. I liked it. He competed well.
We'll bring up Nick Gibbler, the leadoff hitter, third baseman. One of the twins, one of 3 Gibblers on this roster is twin brother Cole doing the pitching. Nick playing third base today. Breaking ball, first pitch. Probably wasn't expecting that, but you got to mix it up.
Went against the trend of what he's been doing the first 2 innings.
Came back to it, got out front a little bit, but held up. 2 breaking balls, the 1-1 count. Maybe a little bit of respect there, too.
No doubt. Pitching backwards now.
Comes in with the fastball, fouls it off. I love seeing a game where pitchers just attack. And you've got 2 pitchers here. They're attacking down in the zone, inside, working quick, coming at you with the fastball. 1-2 count now on Nick Gibbler. Here's the pitch. Fastball, line drive, center field, right back up the box. Solid piece of hitting. Good hands there. Nick Gibbler singles to center with 1 out for the Wildcats.
Stayed on the fastball really well. Didn't try to do too much. Took what the pitcher gave him.
Fastball, another good fastball in the zone, but just took it right back up the middle. Titan center fielder Brock Coble gearing it up, make sure it doesn't get by him. That brings up Gavin Smith, center fielder, with 1 out. Swings through the fastball. Good fastball by Chase Taylor. Good swing by Gavin Smith. Gibbler leading off of first base with 1 out. Gavin Smith, just a sophomore. Got the wheels to play out there in center field. Here's the pitch, another fastball, high chopper. Drew Dickerson awaits. 1 on at second. He beat it at first base by a step. Good call there. Dickerson had to wait on it, which probably cost him.
Yeah.
Second baseman Jackson Truman, though, with good hands. He turned it as best he could. Good stretch by Careswell, but couldn't get the double play, but good defense.
And he's coming out of the box from the left side, which gives him an advantage to be able to beat out that ground ball right there. There was not much Dickerson else he could have did.
That brings up Austin Newig, number 7, the DH, with 2 outs. First pitch curveball, outer half, breaking ball. It's more like a slurve. It's a slow, sweeping curveball.
He's just changing his sequence now. Now he's got Blue Springs hitters guessing. Fastball, curveball now. I like how he's pitching.
Another breaking ball, this time up in the zone to take the count to 1-1. Austin Newig, the junior, normally a shortstop, the DH spot today, singled last time up. 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Fastball down and away. You know, we were both outfielders, major league outfielders, minor league, high school, college, and all that. It's really neat to see some of these young kids. I mean, over the years, watching these young kids play, these high school kids, I've seen some incredible defensive plays over the years. I mean,
yes.
It's amazing. As the runner takes off.
Yes, I mean, the way these guys are training to make themselves superior athletes, and then obviously with the social media, the Sports Center, they see what's going on TV, and now they're doing the same plays that they see on TV, which is just amazing, especially 15, 16, 17 years old.
Nick Gibbler, the runner at first base, took off on that now, 2-2 count. We'll see if he's heading out again as Austin Newig trying to keep the inning alive. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. Fouls it up high down the right field line. It's going to drift out of play. Hanging in there, 2-2. I remember years ago, one of the things Lee Summit West Titans, they play in the strikeout cancer game at Ray-Pec each year. And years ago, he's went to Drury University. He's graduated now, but Cole Dunham was an outfielder for the Lee Summit West Titans. One of the greatest prep high school catches I've seen. Everybody thinking it's gone or it's over his head. It comes out of nowhere. I mean, one of the most exceptional catches I've seen. Wonderful family, the Dunhams. Cole Dunham, man, it's weird that time goes by that fast. Breaking ball outside. Throw is up. Looked like it was on time, but the throw was up, so Dickerson had to go up and get it and try to come back down. Nick Gibbler steals second base. But again, we talk about the Cole Dunham catch from years ago. We see those kind of things quite often, as you can see Nick Gibbler getting underneath the tag there. There's a 2-2. Fastball Blows it right by Austin Newig for strike 3 again. Another runner stranded as we move into the top of the 4th. Your Hy-Vee game of the week here on Spectrum Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Hy-Vee game of the week here on Spectrum Sports. We're at Creekside Baseball Park as we go into the top of the 4th inning. No score. Lee Summit West Titans versus the Blue Springs Wildcats. Lee Summit West Titans, the visiting team. Springs Wildcats, the home team in this 3rd place game. Leading off the top of the 4th, first baseman for the Titans, Cam Careswell. The big lefty. There's the new pitcher that's in, number 4. It looks like that is going to be Grant Simmons. It's great to see Grant out here, the young sophomore pitcher. First pitch down in the zone. Grant actually had played for me in the past and highly thought of by Coach Tim McElligott. Down in the zone, 2-0. A great center fielder who's got wheels. And if we get some kind of chance to see Grant Simmons run the bases, I've never seen a better base runner at this young age. He just makes things happen, puts the pressure on catchers. Just a fantastic base runner, fantastic athlete. This kid's got a bright future. 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, curveball. See that high fastball right there, blowing it by Careswell for a 2-1 count.
I've actually had the chance to. I coached against Grant last fall. I've seen his wheels.
Inside fastball, looks like it's a foul ball down the line. It just goes foul. As Careswell turned on one, but lost at least a double, possibly a triple with a short porch 325. Hard to know. No, he called it foul. They weren't sure. Careswell, that wasn't foul by much, was it?
No, and Careswell looks like a linebacker around in first base. I mean, he's a man.
A linebacker with wheels. I mean, imagine being hit by that, Simmons tried to come in with a fastball, and he turned on it. Like I said, a 3-pitch pitcher. When things are working, one of the best pitchers in the area is Grant Simmons. Fastball just a little bit off speed. Difficult play, probably going to go as a base hit as Taylor Warren charged. Hit it off the end of the bat. Had to come running in. Is kind of one of those do-or-die plays, right, Rod? As Careswell hustling down the line, you're either going to make the great play and get him, or he's going to beat it and the ball ends up getting.
As you see another lefty hitter, he had already a 2-foot head start. Even if Warren comes up with that play, it's going to be tough.
So it'll go as a single. As Careswell leads off. Every base runner important now as you get to the middle innings in a 7-inning ball game. Leadoff hitter gets on, trying to do anything you can to get him over. As Walker Mann comes in, lays down a great bunt. Nick Gibbler comes down, makes a throw. He hangs on to it. Over at first base, Brogan Turpin does a great job digging the ball out of the turf there as Nick Gibbler makes a good play charging in, but a sacrifice bunt by Walker Mann, a perfect sacrifice bunt, moving Cam Careswell into scoring position.
That was good baseball all the way around. Great bunt, great play by the third baseman, great scoop by the first baseman, and great hustle down the line by Mann. So good baseball right there.
Logan Bunker now up. Seems like every year I see Logan, he grows another inch.
He is tall. He is tall. Which is why early in the game I thought the one strike was a strike.
Right. Grant Simmons getting ahead on the foul ball and the fastball. Down in the zone, 0-2 with another fastball. Bunker, the right fielder.
Looks like he thought that was down. It's tough to ump against, guys like this.
The 0-2. Fastball, chopper up the middle. Lincoln Stevenson charges, throwing over, and he throws it away. It's an overthrow. Cam Careswell is going to score on the overthrow. It'll go as an error on shortstop Lincoln Stevenson. First baseman Brogan Turpin couldn't quite handle it. Tipped off his glove. And the Lee Summit West Titans take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the fourth with 1 out.
Looked to me like instead of setting his feet and just turning it loose, he got underneath the throw and then he kind of guided it as opposed to just planting and let it go.
Right. It's a difficult situation now as you have a runner on first, the run scored with 1 out, whereas you could add a runner on third with 2 outs. And again, that's something as a freshman you're going to learn over time to set your feet and throw, understanding the situation. Look, there's another bunt by Houston Penrod. Another ball in the dirt. Brogan Turpin digging it out again. He definitely has his work cut out for him over there. Houston Penrod now with a sacrifice bunt. now with 2 outs as Logan Bunker steps over. Great bunt right there.
Great bunt, and that's an awesome thing about turf. You can tell that Grant threw that in the turf on purpose. That was not by accident. That was designed turf throw. Great job.
Great defense. Way to know your field as he comes out now to Parker Griffith. Starts off with a first pitch strike here. Parker Griffith, the DH. Another great bunt. You can see Coach Jay Meyer not afraid to use that sacrifice bunt as Grant Simmons works quickly. 0-1. Ball down. 1-1 count on Parker Griffith. Struck out looking in his first at bat. As Logan Bunker leads off a second base in scoring position. High fly ball off to the right side on the 1-1 pitch. Looks like that's going to head out of play as well. As the count moves to 1-2.
This catcher, Butler, is at the fence helping out his first baseman. It is a pleasure to watch a catcher that loves doing his job like that.
Well, it's really fun. It just makes the game fun to call, fun to watch. A good example for the other guys, too. Alec Butler, a junior. Good example for a team full of freshmen and sophomores. Big guy, moves well.
This 2023 class and 24 class for Blue Springs is going to be something to keep an eye on moving forward.
Definitely a team to watch. Here's the 1-2 from Grant Simmons. Fastball up and away. Count moves to 2-2. Got a base open over there. But then you also have the leadoff hitter, Brock Coble.
I would go at the 9-hole guy here.
To line drive, heading into center field. Ball's knuckling. A dive by center fielder Gavin Smith. Comes off of his glove. Logan Bunker comes around to score. It'll go as a double and an RBI for the DH, Parker Griffith.
Man, it goes back to that one era. By the shortstop has now created what I feel like it's snowballed a little bit on Blue Springs. And that pitch was left up, and he didn't miss it.
Lee Summit West Titans now scored 2 runs in the top of the 4th. Cam Carswell leading off with a high chopper that got under the glove of Taylor Warren. And the error by Lincoln Stevenson, allowing the runner to score. It's kind of opened the gates a little bit here as the leadoff hitter Brock Coble steps up for the Titans. 2 outs. Parker Griffith getting the double. Comes the 0-1. Just outside, 1-1 count. We've already seen that leadoff hitter, center fielder Brock Coble, the junior's very patient at the plate in his first 2 at-bats, run both counts to 3-2. High fastball gets away, goes a wild pitch. Parker Griffith advances to third base on the wild pitch. Still 2 outs now, 2-1 count. That was one of those up, down, not sure. Should I go up? Should I go down? It's a good thing that there's not steel cleats there. That could be an injury waiting to happen, but we're just glad he's okay as the Titans enjoy the entertainment. High fastballs. The count now to Brock Coble moves to 3-1.
We finally got some offensive energy going now.
Ball's up, high pop up with 3-1 fastball. Second baseman Taylor Warren under it. Makes the play for the 3rd out. Lee Summit West draws first blood here in the top of the 4th with 2 runs of their own. Blue Springs Wildcats will be coming up trying to answer here in the bottom of the 4th on Spectrum Sports. Chase Taylor still on the mound for Lee Summit West as they scored 2 runs in the top of the 4th inning. 5 hits total. A couple, like one of the errors maybe, or 2 errors even last inning. 2 hits for Blue Springs.
Big 2-out hit last inning. Big 2-out hit. A lot of ball game left.
The home team steps up. Number 18, Brogan Turpin, who last inning had a ball thrown over his head, and he dug 2 out of the dirt. So definitely getting some work in here. He'll be leading off for the Wildcats. First pitch by Taylor's a fastball, a little bit off the end of the bat. Steady fly ball out to left fielder Nick Potter for the Titans, 1 away.
As previously said, I really see Blue Springs' mindset is attack the fastball early. I like it. I like it. They're going to start dropping eventually.
It'll bring up freshman Lincoln Stevenson for the Wildcats. Fastball, inner half. Definitely getting ahead, mixing speeds. Chase Taylor still looks like it's early in the season in only game 5, but he looks like he'd be in mid-season form.
Yeah, he's looking good.
High.
He's settling in. He's changing eye levels with his fastballs. He's going in and out.
High fastball right there for strike 2. Another fastball, looked a little bit low and outside, but again, we talked about that. When you're consistent, you're going to get that call. Chase Taylor now looks like he is cruising as he strikes out Lincoln Stevenson. A little bit on the outside corner right there, but again, it was a good frame. Did some good work right there, Rod. We don't like those 0-2 frame pitches.
No, not at all. Not at all. That was good work by the catcher.
1-0 now on Cole Gibbler, who started the game as the pitcher. Got under just a little bit. The third towering pop-up. Third baseman Walker Mann comes flying over, calls off shortstop Drew Dickerson for the 3rd out. The Summit West will come up. Top of the 5th. Be right back. Back at Creekside Baseball Park, Hy-Vee proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. Lee Summit West comes up in the top of the 5th after scoring 2 in the top of the 4th. Take that 2-0 lead. Shortstop, freshman Drew Dickerson leading off. Grant Simmons still on the mound for Blue Springs. Seen some great pitching out here today. First pitch, down and in for ball 1.
That last inning, it looked like those 2 runs gave Taylor some energy. He just came out and pounded the zone and got right back in the dugout.
Fly ball center field. Gavin Smith camped underneath it for the first out.
These guys that we're seeing missing these fastballs, by the time we get to the 10th game, 12th game, they won't be missing those fastballs that they're just getting under.
And it's 75 or 80 degrees, too.
Yep.
Because you got a lot of extra stuff on. And
yep.
Nick Potter, 2 singles on the day. Nasty curveball starting off by Grant Simmons. Boy, that had some bite on it, didn't it?
Inner half on the inside corner. Nothing you can do there but take it.
Then comes back with a low fastball, working quickly, working ahead, instantly going 0-2 to Nick Potter.
Wow.
Just off the corner. Great location from Grant Simmons on that curveball again. 1-2 count. Good discipline from Nick Potter to take that. Ball in the dirt, gets by catcher Alec Butler. The one time we've seen our catchers not block it, gets the umpire in the chest there. But, you know, as a catcher, you always got to go make sure, hey, you all right? No, my bad. Got to take care of the guy behind you.
Yep. Got to.
Great off-speed pitch. Looked like a changeup biting down and in from Grant Simmons. Strikes out Nick Potter for the 2nd out.
Simmons does not get too much up. Everything he throws is down in the zone, knees or lower, man. Great pitch sequence right there.
Bring up junior second baseman Jackson Truman, who has a single and a strikeout today. But that ball just dove. Wow.
Yeah, that was first-rate pitching right there by Grant.
Simmons has worked hard on developing 3 pitches, working on his mechanics. He's going to be a great one for years to come.
And when he misses, always misses down.
It's not by much, is it? Jackson Truman runs the count to 2-0. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Summit West up 2-0. In this 3rd place consolation game here at Creekside Ballpark for your Hy-Vee game of the week. Ground ball hard toward the dugout.
Grant's not letting anyone get extended. He came in, he did that to Potter, and now he's doing it to Truman.
Definitely loves to work inside, sinking fastball, that diving changeup, and a nasty curveball. A bright future Grant Simmons has. Nasty curveball gets Jackson Truman to bite for the 3rd out. Again, we're seeing some great stuff from Grant Simmons here. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th as Blue Springs tries to answer. Middle of the 5th, we'll be right back. And we're back here. Creekside Baseball Park, beautiful park where the The infield is the synthetic turf. 6 synthetic high school fields out here, synthetic turf high school fields out here. We are in the 3rd place consolation game of the KC Metro High School leadoff tournament. Bottom of the 5th, Lee Summit West with a 2-0 lead. As catcher Alec Butler comes up, we've seen some great stuff from catcher Alec Butler today. Chase Taylor starts off with a curveball, nasty down and away curveball, catches the corner for strike 1. Chase Taylor just looks like he keeps getting stronger and stronger, Rod.
Man, he's looking like he's not wanting to come out of this game at all today.
Follow up with another curveball down and away. Evens the count at 1-1.
He's pitching good, and he's keeping his pitch count down.
Fastball a little bit down again. You talked about Grant Simmons. Cole Gilder started. Chase Taylor missing down but commanding the zone.
Yep. Everything is just beneath the knee. And as a hitter, that is tough to get square up and, get a good swing on when it's at your knees.
3-1 pitch. Good fastball again. Even though that was middle of the plate, it has got that movement. You can see that Butler trying to stay inside that ball, but fouls it off to the left side. How many times, Rod, we see that guys foul it off their shins because that sinking fastball comes inside.
Oh, yeah, those 2-seamers, those fastballs that has those run, it is tough to hit.
Alec Butler with a leadoff walk. That could be a big base runner. That's the base runner that Blue Springs needs. The bottom of the 5th, down 2. We're going to have a pinch runner. Number 10 looks like Trent Martin, the senior. Number 10 is going to be pinch running. Catcher Alec Butler. Boy, is it hard to sit in the cold when you haven't played 5 innings here. It's been an hour and a half, and you're coming in down 2 with an important run.
Yeah. I mean, they're 17. They're 15. They'll be all right.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
young.
a great answer. Taylor
young.
Warren. Taylor Warren swings through a fastball to second baseman, the senior.
You and me, yeah, we need 2 days to get ready to go in.
It wasn't always that way. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball up. Pick attempt. Thought the runner was there. Careswell throws it. Now they've got him in a rundown, and he gets picked off. Out in a rundown. We just talked about sometimes how difficult it is to come off. Trent Martin gets picked off and caught in a rundown. The leadoff hitter on base on a walk, and now gets picked off. Careswell with a good throw out to Dickerson. Dickerson runs him down. He tries to evade it.
It's kind of like the deal in football. When a guy gets hurt, the quarterback goes right at that defensive back when he comes in cold, and it seems like that's what they decided to do.
1-2 count now. Comes back after that with a fastball on Taylor Warren. Fastball out. Runs the count to 2-2. Big difference with 1 out, nobody on, to nobody out and 1 on, especially in a tight game like this late.
Yep. And it also allows Taylor to stay in the windup where he's stronger, as you're not as strong out of the stretch.
3-2 the count now on Taylor Warren. Here's the pitch. Goes with a curveball. Definitely not what he was expecting. You can see him buckle a little bit. Great pitch by Chase Taylor to have the confidence to throw a 3-2 curveball as Taylor Warren strikes out.
Yes, he's just settled in. He's pounding the zone. Man, great pitch. Great pitch.
And then comes back with a first pitch fastball to the right fielder, Peyton Mitchell, the 9-hole hitter.
Very dominant performance so far by Chase Taylor.
Comes the 0-1. Another breaking pitch outside. Looks like he's using it more as the game goes on. Game is later on.
Yep, changing eye levels.
Yep.
In and out, different speeds.
Down and away. 2-1 the count now on Peyton Mitchell.
A 2-run cushion gives you some wiggle room to work on some things.
3-1 count now on Peyton Mitchell. When you have an inning like they did where they scored 2 runs, you trust your defense? Is that what it is? High pop-up right back here on top of us, coming right down here. Foul ball. That was 20 feet. 10 years ago, you might have jumped out of your chair and caught that, Rob.
I might have tried.
Tried, okay.
I didn't want to pull a hammy today.
Now that's a foul ball right back at us. Taylor, after going 3-1, going 2 strikes in a row, staying in the zone, making Peyton Mitchell earn it. Here comes the 3-2. Another fastball, pretty solid poke out to center field, but Brock Coble sits right underneath it for the 3rd out. We've completed 5 here at Creekside Ballpark in the 3rd place consolation game. The Summit West Titans take a 2-0 lead. They'll be due up when we come back. Welcome back to your Hy-Vee Game of the Week here at Creekside Ballpark. Lee Summit West over Blue Springs 2-0. Cole Gibbler for Blue Springs was the starter. No runs, commanded the zone really well. Just a freshman. This left-hander has mixed a changeup, a breaking ball, fastballs down in the zone. Rod, you were saying eye level, mixing speeds, working down.
He never let a hitter get in a comfort zone. He was out, in, up, down, soft, hard. You just couldn't square him up today. Great performance by a freshman with a bright future.
Cam Carswell leads off with a towering fly ball into left center. Center fielder Gavin Smith underneath it for the 1st out. You know, we were talking earlier, Blue Springs Wildcat head coach Tim McGilligan has freshmen and sophomores that this Wildcat team is going to be deep in pitching for years to come.
Yes, he has got a loaded class, and it's got to be a good feeling to know that over the next 2 to 3 years of high school baseball, they're going to be in good shape as far as not just arms, position players, shortstops, and left side of the infield kind of guys. So future's bright in Blue Springs.
Good problem to have, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Walker Mann steps in with 1 out. 2-1 count. One of those pitchers on the mound, number 4 for Blue Springs, Grant Simmons, just a sophomore, showing a nasty curve, great moving changeup, fastball down in the zone. I mean, it just seems like they get better and better no matter who they run out there.
Well, these guys here are training better now. They're doing the things a lot different than you and I, so they can hit the ground running on varsity as a sophomore and compete right out of the gate.
2-2 pitch, fastball up in the zone. Walker Mann goes down with strikes, so a quick 2 up, 2 down start to the 6th inning for Grant Simmons and the Blue Spring Wildcats.
Yep, looks like Mann kind of pulled his head a little bit, chasing one out of the zone.
Logan Bunker steps in. High fly ball out of play, fouled straight back. Logan, a senior right fielder for this Titan team. Sticks his bat out there, fights off that fastball, sinking line drive. Peyton Mitchell pulls up, so it goes as a single. Throw back behind him, just gets by. Like you might have heard him a little bit there. There's a heads-up play by Peyton Mitchell, and first baseman Brogan Turpin trying to block the play, but it's actually a good piece of hitting by Logan Bunker as a fastball off the plate. Looks like he just took his hands with it, and with that wind blowing in, that ball just sunk right down for a single.
With his length, his wingspan was able to cover up that outside pitch, but I love the defensive mindset of the right fielder and first baseman trying to back pick him around in the bag too hard.
Yeah, it sounds like an outfielder, doesn't it? That's an outfielder talking right there, isn't it?
Great play all around. I dare you to try to take an extra base on me.
I love that. Catcher Houston Penrod now steps into the plate. Fastball, soft line drive, right into center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. As Logan Bunker goes ahead and rounds it. Throw goes into second base. Be 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. So after 2 quick outs.
Great play by the center fielder. Don't try to force a play at third base. Keep the force in order. Throw the ball to second base. Great job.
Absolutely. If he throws there, Houston Penrod might go ahead and take that extra base. So it's heads up when you got 2 outs. Trust your pitching. So Grant Simmons, a little bit up in the zone. That wasn't a bad pitch. It was up and in. Houston Penrod does a good job fighting it off and getting that soft line drive into center field. So the Titans now have something going with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th with runners on 1st and 3rd with Parker Griffith stepping up. Now here's another thing too, with 2 outs, even if they have a 2-run lead. So Lee Summit West, even if Parker Griffith makes an out, which he's already got an RBI double in this game, but even if he does make an out, it brings the top of the order up next inning.
Yep.
So Logan Bunker hitting the single to right. Houston Penrod fighting off that nasty Grant Simmons pitch and getting the single to center field now gets them to the number 9 hole hitter, Parker Griffith, who has already shown that he can hit as well.
Yes, you always want to turn your lineup over and start a clean inning with the top of that order if you can. So that at bat by Bunker allowed that to happen.
The first pitch.
Unless a runner gets thrown out stealing.
Houston Penrod with a jump over there. Going to be stealing on the pitch. Parker Griffith fouls it off to the right side. We've seen a lot of that today with inside fastballs. These hitters with slower bats in the cold. Fastball, outer half, fouls it straight back. Simmons has him 0-2 now. Brock Coble, number 1, junior center fielder, awaits on deck. We know he's got a good eye. He's taken 3 at-bats into a deep count already. Simmons comes set for the 0-2. Pretty good pitch there. Didn't get the call. As Houston Penrod steals second base on the pitch. Looked like they weren't going to mess with him at all as they're going to pitch to Parker Griffith. Simmons had a great curveball. Setting up inside, high fastball.
Good AB, about a 9-hole who knows his on-deck hitter is the leadoff, and they're trying to get that lineup turned over.
Base open here with a 2-2 count, 2 outs on Parker Griffith. Here's Simmons' pitch. Fastball gets it right by him for strike 3, leaves 2 guys on base. As we go into the bottom of the 6th inning, Blue Springs trying to answer, down 2. We'll be right back with your Hy-Vee Game of the Week. Back at Creekside Ballpark, consolation game. The Lee Summit West Titans lead the Blue Springs Wildcats by a 2-0 score. Not a ton of offense, some timely base runners and defensive miscues. The trend of the day has been excellent starting pitching. As you can see, Liberty North over there coming up. Championship game will be coming up 5:30 here on Spectrum Sports for your Hy-Vee Game of the Week. All 4 of these teams could have been in that championship game, but the rivals, Liberty versus Liberty North, will be in the championship game here following this consolation game. It's top of the order, Nick Gibbler leads off the top of the 6th, looking for a base runner. Line drive up the middle, looks like a knuckleball off the end. Dickerson with a great play, but pulls him off. Gibbler turns, rounds it, he's throwing. Careswell throws it down to Dickerson, but he's safe. So it'll probably go as a single up the middle. Dickerson did a great job just to get to the ball off the end of the bat, but up the middle, looked like a knuckleball. He turned and made the throw, but his momentum carried it over. The ball gets by Careswell. He ends up with an error, and he'll be at second base.
Sometimes when you got the range like that, you're going to make more errors because you get to more balls. So that should be scored as a base hit and an error on the extra base.
Bring up lefty Gavin Smith, the center fielder. What's he going to do now with a runner at second and nobody out? Didn't look like he squared the bunt. Looks like he's up there to hit.
Well, chasing 2 runs, you'd expect them to not give up an out here, so I expect him to be hitting. If it was a tie game, maybe a bunt.
Chase Taylor still on the mound, outside fastball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Another fastball. Gavin Smith swings through it, a little bit up in the zone, 1-1 count. So you're looking just for some contact here. I mean, you can't get to 2 before you get to 1. So do you, even though you're maybe not bunting, you're still trying to get the runner over here?
I'm trying to at least make it a 1-run game going into the 7th inning, at least. Some positive energy.
So you're wanting to move him over. So this at-bat needs to be productive enough, you're saying, to the point where Nick Gibbler has to be at third base.
100%.
Unless it's a walk.
100%.
Comes the 1-1, and he squares the bunt. Bunts it foul. Now down in the hole, 1-2. Look like he squared. A little bit of a off bat angle. Good mechanics, nice soft sound, but just a little bit foul.
Because if Blue Springs doesn't get a run here in some capacity, the energy, the dynamic changes right here. You know, it just makes it harder in the 7th inning.
Doubles the pressure up. Comes the 1-2. Turns, but no throw. Dickerson was sneaking in behind Nick Gibbler for a potential pickoff throw. icing the hitter maybe a little bit there in the 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Gavin Smith. Fouls it off. Great location. Good job fighting that pitch off. It doesn't look like Chase Taylor wants to throw anything inside to give up that ground ball to the second baseman.
Not at all. He is pounding the outside corner. He is not going to allow him to move him over. He's going to have to battle to do it.
Here we go, another 1-2 pitch. Up in the zone, Gavin Smith doesn't bite. Still good velocity, though, from Chase Taylor. Looking fresh, been in there the whole game, 6 innings.
I just get the feeling Chase does not want to be removed from this game. He wants to go CG.
Like any gamer would, right?
Yep.
Here's the 2-2 from Taylor. Asked for timeout, but didn't get it. Ball ends up being up and away. That's a dangerous situation. Could have gone really poorly, but then works out in Gavin Smith's favor. He calls timeout, but doesn't get it a little bit late. Now here's the 3-2. Went with the curveball. The big bat flip off to the side. There's a walk. Runners now on first and second as Gavin Smith walks. Nobody out. Looks like Blue Springs has something going here with runners on first and second. Down 2 in the 6th inning, and that will bring Titan coach Jay Meyer out of the dugout, taking that walk to the mound with a conversation. Pitcher Chase Taylor and catcher Houston Penrod.
I don't know if I go 3-2 curve there with a 2-0 lead and a base open, even with him a lefty. Chase has been dominant all game. Make them hit your best pitch, and if they do, he may not send him and he may not score. It's okay. I don't know about the curveball call right there.
I agree with you, Rod. I was kind of surprised. I was expecting the fastball. They've had all 3 pitchers that have pitched in this game, both Gibbler and Simmons, and Taylor for Blue Springs and Taylor for at least Summit West have controlled the fastball down the zone. Meyer decides to leave him in. You think that was a, coach, I got this?
Yeah. I think that was, hey, how you feel? He tells him, I'm doing good. You're dominant. I'm going to finish this game. Tell the guy in the bullpen to sit down.
So number 7, Austin Newig, the junior, normally the shortstop, DHing today. Up, one of the better players for Tim McGilligan's Blue Springs Wildcats. Fastball in, turns away, almost got him. You can hear the volume's a little bit up over there in the Blue Springs dugout now. They got something going here.
Yep, energy's on now.
1-0 count to Austin Newig. Here's the pitch. Fastball, high chopper toward Cam Carswell. It's like there's a collision. Chase Taylor ends up with it. That's the one time you'll see a collision that Carswell doesn't win with his size, but Chase Taylor with a heads-up play tags the runner. But hey, it's effective now because now you've got runners on second and third with 1 out. Jay Meyer checking on his first baseman. First baseman's doing okay. Cam Carswell's all right. Looked like he might have just caught an arm tackle. If that would have been a body collision, I think that Chase Taylor might not have been on the good side of that.
Two guys wanting to make a play.
Right. Brogan Turpin now up. Inside fastball, jammed down the line. He goes to first base. He overthrows it. That will bring Nick Gibbler and Gavin Smith in to tie the game. A little nubber chopper down the third base line from Brogan Turpin. Third baseman Walker Mann had to come run in and make a decision. Overthrows first baseman Cam Carswell, allowing both runners to score. That's 2 times today in costly situations where infielders didn't set their feet throwing on the run, and the balls have just taken off on them, and both errors have been costly. Well, this is just what Blue Springs needed. Now the game is knotted at 2-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brogan Turpin, the runner on second base, with freshman Lincoln Stevenson up. First pitch, again, great fastball. We've seen so much of that out of Chase Taylor today. Yeah, Chase has been pretty, even giving up these 2 runs, he's had a good performance today. You see a ground out and a strikeout from Lincoln Stevenson today. What a time to come through for the Wildcats. Fights off that fastball. Foul, we've seen a lot of that today too. Pitcher's coming hard in with that fastball. Count runs to 0-2. Move up in with less than 2 outs, so the fear of that happening is risky. But 0-2, you don't want to give him anything here to even reach out and just dink something in with that runner potentially scoring. That as well. Potentially the winning run. Here's the 0-2 fastball, ground ball towards second baseman Jackson Truman. 2 outs now. Runner Brogan Turpin moves over to third as the starting pitcher for the Blue Springs Wildcats, Cole Gibbler, comes up with 2 outs and the go-ahead run on third base.
Well, big situation right here. Big situation. Righty on deck.
First pitch fastball up in the zone. A big swing by freshman Cole Gibbler.
He wasn't trying to hit a single.
Definitely not. 325 down the line, 365 to center field. Not a super large high school field here. Definitely reachable. Goes with the curveball, just gets a piece of it. Now 0-2, just like that. As you step in the box, it's an 0-2 count. But again, we talked about the poise of the pitching of Cole Gibbler. Also hitting 400 coming into this game. He's really trying to come through for his Wildcats. Taylor blows a fastball right by him, not messing around. Gibbler goes down with the 3rd out on a strikeout. We are now tied 2-2 as we go into the top of the 7th. You got to come back here on Spectrum Sports. Welcome back to Spectrum Sports. Chase Taylor, there's your pitcher from Lee Summit West. Not sure, but probably with fist bumps is usually a sign that his day is done. 2 runs on the day, masterful pitching performance. We've seen a ton of great pitching, and now we see the other Gibbler twin, Nick Gibbler, who started at third base. The freshman now on the mound. It's like Brogan Turpin is going to move over to third base. Starts off with a curveball to the leadoff hitter, Brock Coble, with his 4th AB, taking a lot of pitches today. Another breaking ball, nasty breaking ball too.
Man, he's just attacking. They are not acting like freshmen.
And a fastball, a curveball, and a fastball. All 3 pitches taken. It makes you wonder, pitching coach Alex Duvall over there with Blue Springs, is that something that he teaches? Because if it is, Coach Tim McGilligan, it is effective for sure.
Good pitch, good 0-2 pitch, inside corner, more of a pitcher's pitch right there.
It brings up Drew Dickerson. Another curveball, 4 pitches, 4 strikes, getting ahead with a very tight breaking ball. And you can see as soon as the hitter steps in, Nick Gibbler's ready to go. Doesn't offer, Dickerson holds up. Freshman breaking ball.
Freshman versus freshman here.
Here comes the 1-1. Fastball a little bit low, 2-1. Top of the 7th here now, knotted at 2-2. High fastball, couldn't quite catch up to it. Fought it off though. Runs the count to 2-2. Another breaking ball, check swing. I said it was down in the zone, full count now. Nick Gibbler not giving hitters a whole lot of time to get set and get comfortable. Way down, I say in the dirt, but this is synthetic turf, so down low for a walk for Drew Dickerson with 1 out in the 7th, bringing up left fielder Nick Potter. A couple of singles on the day. Stole a base, 2 for 3. Wonder what Jay Myers got up his sleeve now, the coach for the Titans. Inside fastball for strike 1. Pitcher's getting ahead, Rod.
Yep, we got to see what's going to happen here. If Potter puts one in the gap, is Meyer going to take a chance and send him home to try to break this tie?
Dickerson leading off, doesn't go. Ground ball left side. Lincoln Stevenson goes in the hole, throws across the diamond.
Oh.
Calls him safe at first with the throw. They throw it away as the runner advances. Wasn't anybody over there to back up, so Drew Dickerson's going to come across with the lead run as Nick Potter goes into second base on the overthrow. It was a tough play. The ground ball in the hole at short. Lincoln Stevenson, the shortstop for Blue Springs, had to go to his right and turn and make a throw. Potter got good wheels down the line. You can see him taking off. He had to really come make a strong throw over there, but he beat it to the throw coming back across. Heads up base running. Dickerson was coming all the way on the throw. Then he'll score on the overthrow to take the lead as the Titans take the lead 3-2.
Yeah, that was a lot going on right there at that play. I thought he had a shot at first base, but Potter hustled down the line and made sure he got himself an infield single for his third base hit today.
And that was definitely a tough play by Blue Springs shortstop Lincoln Stevenson. He didn't hold the ball. He set his feet a little bit, but there wasn't much he could do.
That was all Potter coming out of the box. I think Stevenson did his job. Potter just beat it out.
You young guys watching too, that just goes to show you, as soon as you make contact, you hustle out of the box and great things can happen. Now ground ball over to third base. Brogan comes across, uses the turf. Another good base running play there by Potter. Potter takes third on the throw, so that'll be 2 outs. Brogan Turpin, who'd moved from first over to third base, makes the throw. Cole Gibbler now over at first base, digs it out for the second out. Runner goes to third, so now there's 2 outs. Cam Kearswell takes the plate. Ball in the dirt again. Alec Butler. How many times have we seen it today by both catchers? Alec Butler for Blue Springs, Houston Penrod for Lee Summit West, just doing a great job blocking balls behind the plate.
Definitely, definitely. These guys are just, and it is not easy to do on turf as well. So the fact that they're not just doing it, but they're doing it on this turf is an amazing job.
Comes the 2-0 offering to Kearswell. It's a fastball, a little bit down. 3-0. Big guy like Kearswell, 3-0. Do you give him the green light here?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. He's swinging.
He doesn't waste any time with him. He's just going to let him get out of there. Throws it high and away, a waste pitch. Bring up the righty, Walker Mann. Kearswell takes first base. Runners on first and third. 2 outs. Catcher Alec Butler goes through his first and third defensive signs. Pinch runner now for Kearswell. Be number 2, Keegan McDaniel. I don't blame you, Mr. McDaniel, for trying to keep that jacket on. It's one of those days, but like you said, they're young.
They're young. He'll be okay. One sprint and he'll be warmed up.
So first and third with 2 outs. Walker Mann now at the plate. First pitch, changeup.
The IQ and the confidence these young men have is amazing.
Both coaching staffs done a great job with these young pitchers. So 1 pitch, reaches out, foul ball off to the side. 0-2 count now. Pitcher Nick Gibbler, the freshman on the mound, way ahead. His brother Cole started the game. 0-2 count now. Keegan McDaniel, the pinch runner for Cam Kearswell over there, first base. Breaking ball, doesn't bite. Good discipline by Walker Mann, 1-2. So if you're Keegan McDaniel, if you're Jay Meyer, do you send him here with 2 outs?
I think with 2 strikes, why not? I don't think they're going to throw it through.
Breaking ball, calls it low, a little bit off the plate. It's a borderline pitch, but Parr's been pretty consistent today. 0-2, you know as a pitcher you want that. It's pretty good, but it's definitely down. Walker Mann, good job spitting on it. Off-speed pitch again. Change up for strike 3. So we go into the bottom of the 7th. Blue Springs needs 1 to come back to tie. See what happens right here in Spectrum Sports. Come right back. Bottom of the 7th inning here. Creekside Ballpark in Parkville, Missouri. The Lee Summit West Titans just taking a 3-2 lead over the Blue Springs Wildcats in this consolation game of the KC Area High School Metro Leadoff Tournament, the 20th anniversary of the tournament. Beautiful Creekside Ballpark. We got a new pitcher on the mound for Lee Summit West, number 15, Braden Taylor, the senior. Will be taking the mound, trying to earn that save as Chase Taylor goes 6 masterful innings. Controlled things very well. First pitch strike. Alec Butler leading off against Braden Taylor.
Always an adjustment for your first 3 ABs. You see a righty hard throwing righty in your last AB. Here comes a lefty.
And not a lot of time to work with it, too, as he swings and misses. Alec Butler swings and misses at the high fastball by Taylor. It's tough because you're down to 3 outs.
Yep.
You don't have a whole lot of time to make adjustments. You just got to get that front foot down, see it early, and battle. Comes the 0-2 by Braden Taylor. high, towering shot to left center field. The fielder Nick Potter underneath it. Camps easy, 1 out. 0-2 pitch was up. Here you see Chase Taylor. We saw a great mix of fastballs and a great sweeping breaking ball. 6 innings, just 3 hits, 2 runs with 5 Ks. Spread 3 walks out throughout the day. Pretty good.
That's a good day's. That's a good day's work right there. Really good days of work. Use both sides of the plate. Quality performance, something to build on for his next start.
We see Taylor Warren step to the plate with 1 out. 1-0 count on Warren. The 1-0 pitch. Off the plate. 2-0. You're trying to do anything you can to get on base to get to that top of the order back up.
Definitely.
Right now, freshman and one of the better hitters, Nick Gibbler, waits in the hole, but there's 1 out. 3-0 count, a little bit up. Pretty good chance he'll be taking 3-0.
You always got a shot right here if you can just get the tying runs on base. He should be taken here.
And that he was, and it was in ball, inside fastball. You got a lefty on the mound, which is going to shore that running game up just a little bit. But what you need is base runners, and that's what second baseman Taylor Warren just gave you. So that brings up right fielder Peyton Mitchell. Tying run on first base with 1 out. What you don't want to do here, Rod, is get picked off, right?
100%. Last guy came off the bench for Blue Springs, got picked off. Hopefully Taylor being in the game all day, he's a little bit more ready. Big AB right here. Big AB.
Comes the first pitch. Fastball, first strike. Braden Taylor getting ahead. Leadoff hitter Nick Taylor awaits, hoping to get a crack. Or Nick Gibbler on deck, leadoff hitter, hoping to get a crack at Taylor. Comes the 0-1. Up and away, not showing a lot of interest. Gavin Smith over there. A little bit shorter of a lead. Definitely don't want to get picked off here.
Against a lefty like this, your best option is first move, but you don't want to get your time run picked off either.
Off the plate. 2-1 now. Electricity turned up a little bit in the Blue Springs dugout here. Down a run in the bottom of the 7th. When it's do or die, you're trying to latch on to any positive thing you can. Fastball, good fastball back in. Look like he cast his hands a little bit, tried to come around it.
Yep.
2-2 count now. He's trying to fight to stay alive here. There's a 2-2 by Taylor. Reaches his bat out. But again, Nick Potter out in left field with his second sensational play of the day. He's had some great reads out in left field, Rod.
On both balls, they were top spin, which as a former outfielders, we both know are not easy to catch. So
the hardest ball to catch is the ball right at you, and Potter maybe a game saver, at least from the tie.
Yep.
Just an outstanding play out in left field. Potter has definitely shown he belongs out there.
He has probably by himself saved 4 runs today.
Which would have been the game.
Yep.
Now it's a base hit. Leadoff hitter Nick Gibbler keeps Blue Springs' hopes alive with a solid single into left field.
Which makes that catch Potter made all the more important.
Absolutely right. So now you've got a runner in scoring position. Lefty Gavin Smith, the center fielder, up. You got lefty on lefty now. He's down to they're down to 1 out. Their last hope here, looking for anything they can to scratch a run across to tie this thing up, as we're in the bottom of the 7th of this consolation game. First pitch, high fastball. Seen a lot more pitches up later in the game here.
Mm-hmm.
Down the line, drifting. Oh, it's floating. Foul ball. Just a little bit behind it. Ball up in the zone. I don't know, though. If there's anything in fair territory, there's a pretty good chance that Nick Potter's going to run it down.
Yep. What I liked about Gavin's swing right there, he's not trying to do too much with the lefty on lefty. He's trying to go the other way.
1-1 count here on Gavin Smith. Taylor picks it up and delivers. Fastball right there. 1-2 count now. Now anything close, you got to protect. You can't leave it in umpire's hands.
You cannot go down looking with 2 runners on. You got to compete. You got to foul it off.
Here's the 1-2. Fastball, he fights it off, low and away. It's a great piece of hitting to stay alive. Gavin Smith.
To someone watching, that was an ugly swing, but to people that know the game, that is a protection swing, and it has to look like that sometimes.
Absolutely, so he's got another chance. Here's another 1-2 delivery to Gavin Smith. Curveball outside, didn't offer, saw it the whole way. Again, another young player, another underclassman that we're seeing with advanced abilities and great poise. Here's the 2-2 from Taylor. Gavin Smith fighting to stay alive. Reaches out, cares well, and that's the game right there. Grounds out. Taylor gets him to ground out on a curveball. Careswell puts it away. Lee Summit West wins the consolation game by a score of 3-2 here at Creekside Ballpark. Take a quick break and come right back to close this thing out on Spectrum Sports Hy-Vee Game of the Week. Final score here at the Hy-Vee Game of the Week, Creekside Baseball Park. Lee Summit West Titans defeat the Blue Springs Wildcats 3-2 in the consolation game. Rod, we saw a lot of young athletes for both teams that are advanced and poised and talented and exciting. What did you get from this today?
That was very, very fun to watch. It was low scoring. It got a little sloppy towards the end, but listen, baseball's in good shape in Blue Springs with their 2023s and 2024 class. It's amazing. Taylor for Lee Summit West was dealing the whole time. That was a fun game to watch, and both of those schools should have a good high school season this year.
Well, 2020 with the pandemic took a lot of sports away from a lot of kids. And even though it's cold out here, it's a beautiful ballpark at Creekside. It's great to see these young ones out here playing. It's great to get baseball back. Again, Lee Summit West defeats Blue Springs 3-2 in the consolation. But coming up in your Hy-Vee Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports, Liberty North versus Liberty at 5:35. Make sure you come back and join us to this is a rivalry that they see each other a lot through the year, but why not the championship game of the first tournament of the season? For Rod Myers, I'm Wes Norman. Thanks for watching. Make sure you stay right here for our final Hy-Vee Game of the Week.